is the Maggie Show.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day to you, whatever time of day it is that you are catching this show. Tonight, we want to unpack getting back with your ex. Is it ever a good idea to get back with an ex? Is it ever a good idea? Adam is already like, Well, let's see. All right, let's get started. I'm not going to kick it off because I'm the host of the show. I'm going to throw it out of my panel. Minister Israel, gentlemen first. Go for it, sir. Is it ever a good idea to get back with an ex? What say you, sir?
Okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you for Mandy's opportunity. The question is dicey to me. This question is dicey because, first of all, nothing is impossible under the earth.
Okay, good point.
Yeah, but then we need to question this. There are a lot of questions on my mind when a person comes and said, the ex situation, there are a lot of questions because for someone to become an ex, something happened. There was an occasion. Mm-hmm. So you cannot just tag someone an ex if nothing did not happen. Something happened before giving that job role, that job title ex, mm-hmm. because it's not everybody that can be tagged ex.
Right.
Somebody needs to do something to you before you tag them your ex. So if your ex is coming back to your life, then we should have some questions. Number one, what happened? Why are you not together again? What happened?
Right.
So if that person is coming back to your life, there are a lot of questions to ask you because somebody that leaves your life and coming back is not the same person that left that is coming.
Sure.
So that's why I said it's dicey now. We can say it's not possible, and then someone can leave your life and go somewhere else, get transformed, work on his or weaknesses. Yeah. I mean, do a lot of things, and now come back, right? So anybody that is coming back is not the same person that left. But I'm still concerned. Why is he or she coming back? What do they want?
Right.
And for they are coming back to meet.
Yes.
You're not on the same spot too. You two, you've moved on. Or is it that you're still there? Are you still crying?
Right.
Are you still talk to your past? Are you still talk to the situation? Right?
Yeah.
So, like this conversation, there are a lot of questions to ask. I believe that from the counseling part of view, right? For us to diagnose this situation, for us to give any prescription, we need to diagnose it. We need to know, what really happened? There's a lot of insight to derive here before we can come to a conclusion that, maybe this all happened, but we need to. So from my hand, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. What happened? Because the conversation around exes, some people are just stuck. They refuse to move forward. Some people, you'll be surprised, some people are still mourning for what happened in their past relationship. And if anybody is getting involved to someone that experienced exes, you need to be conscious because a lot of people are trying to bring in the circumstances surrounding their previous relationship into the new relationship. And so when you hear a conversation like all men are cheats, all ladies are the same, those conversations, we need to interview it. It's not just coming from the mouth, it's coming from the heart. It's coming from circumstances, what happened in that previous relationship, right? So exes coming in or going out, there are a lot of things to discuss really, and so it's not just a one-way fits-all thing. There are a lot of analysis to do before we come to a conclusion here.
Yeah, I like that. Adam, what say you, girl? What are your thoughts on this? Getting back with an ex?
I will jump in because I think Minister Israel actually started on a very nice note. We cannot just say yes or no.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. It's not as straightforward as we like to think.
Yes, it's not straightforward.
Yeah.
And I would like to actually consider some things that Mr. Israel said. Are you
Yeah.
stuck in your past?
Yeah.
That is something you need to ask yourself, because sometimes you actually even don't know that you are stuck in the past. So you ask yourself the question like, what about this guy? What exactly about this guy do I like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why am I giving this guy so much consideration that I'm not giving other people? You have to find out that, because sometimes you just like the idea of him, or you just like the idea of him.
The idea of that, or Adam, or even the idea of love.
Thank you, ma'am.
Being loved or feeling wanted. Oh, I'm wanted. Because there are people who thrive on that, right?
Yes,
I'm just wanted. So if I'm wanted, oh my gosh, then yeah. They love that feeling. They love that feeling. They're not able to move on with their lives in that aspect. I have to agree with both of you that indeed there are so many questions that have to be asked here. Because I love what Minister Israel just said. He said, the person coming back, they're not really the same person that left. And you that is being asked to get back together, you're certainly not the same person that you were then, right? Because something, forget about even maybe like improving yourself or anything like that, but even just mentally how you think, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how quickly your thought process can change within a few minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Within a few minutes of just hearing somebody say something, and you were like, I never thought of that. And suddenly your mindset has just shifted. So so the mind in itself, because when we talk about individuals, it's not just an individual as in just the individual, their face, their body, who they are. Hey, this is involved. This is involved. Their mind, their heart, where are they? You've got to find out. And when we say it's not really a straight cut answer like that, I think it's because we've got to consider, like Minister Israel said, what were the circumstances that led to the breakup? Yeah.
Let me jump in.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when you're saying that, like, what are the situations that broke people apart? You understand? Yeah. Sometimes it can be petty. We agree that sometimes it can be petty, but sometimes real work.
Yeah.
And when this person comes back, honestly, when this person comes back, you want to, overlook it and want to believe that they have changed.
Yeah.
But I think you just be deceiving yourself to actually you have to let them prove themselves. In fact, I think the best thing you can do is to actually behave as if you cannot remember anything. Like that Bible verse that says that, do not forget the things of old.
Yeah.
Forget it. Forget that there was ever something between you, and let them walk their way to getting you again.
Right.
Because it can be, you have to be very sure that what broke you up the first time is not still there anymore. If it was cheating before, and you broke up with him because he was cheating, then he comes back and you take him back just because of you remember the beautiful. And I want to say something. I feel like some ladies and some men are very manipulative. They start asking you about, they start jogging up your memories of the good things. Like, do you remember that day we went on the park? Do you remember?
Yeah.
That's just manipulating you to make decisions that you understand you're not meant to make.
Yes.
So the best thing you can do is forget the things of old. Behave as if you can remember for your own sake, and let them prove themselves. Let them prove that thing that you saw in them that made you say no, it's not one in them. If it was communication issues, please assess how he's communicating now. Yeah. Don't go and say that, no, he came home with this power. My sister, I'm begging you. Honestly, because I think a lot of people make mistakes over and over again. And this is what you will find in the pattern of toxic relationships. Yeah. When the guy enters once, says he's sorry, she goes, Then he comes, then he manipulates her with do you remember the chocolate day, the everything, and the beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And she gets into the cycle all over again. So the best thing you can do for yourself is, see, to be sincere, if I'm going to actually advise based on my bias, I'll be like, no.
No.
Because
yeah.
Many of them do not change.
Yeah.
We have to consider that. Many of them.
Many do not change. Minister Israel, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I have a case scenario. There was a guy that I know him quite well. He has a girlfriend, but from the relationship, you know that these guys are not going anywhere, right?
Okay, one of those.
Yeah, but this guy is stuck with the personality of the lady. She's a homemaker. When she comes to the house, she makes the house conducive. She cleans the house, take care of everything like she's a homemaker. The guy loves that person, like that personality. But if you remove that value from her, like their career-wise, they are not going to match because this is a lady that is very comfortable. This other guy is the one that loves to do training, likes to learn, is into tech. So he always wants to do stuff. But this lady she doesn't send him some free courses, not paid courses, free courses to do. She will not send him paid courses. Of course, she will never even open her browser. So by the time we analyze it, you see that where she's good is fine, but there are some areas that by the time you equate it together with each of their personality, you see that they are not going to work. But this guy is not accepting that fact. Yeah. She's just cover up with this personality because she's a homemaker. She can make that He's not letting her go. So I think about 1 month they dissolve the whole thing that they are going their way. But my guy tried to go into another relationship.
Okay.
This other relationship that he goes into is somebody that is doing tech like himself. So career-wise, they are good. The learning, the aspiration, they are good. But this tech lady is not a homemaker thing. In fact, she doesn't even know how to cook very well. Because she's always
she can only cook water. She can only cook water.
Thank you. This is somebody that is doing remote job, always with her system, always making calls, always doing this. So food is not even a priority. She can order online, they will deliver in the house. So my guy is not finding this comfortable.
Right.
He loves her, but that aspect, because the previous lady, she's a homemaker, she makes the house, she can wash, she can iron, she can do all of that. So I believe that some people are in that category.
Right.
So they broke up with their ex, but they did not break up with the personality. So even when they go into new relationship or aspiring to go into a new relationship, they are still importing that experiences into the new one. And so anything this new person do to them in the relationship, they are trying to equate it with their ex. Yeah. They are trying to do balance, say, oh, you didn't do this to me. Yeah. My previous guy doesn't do like that. So I believe that if we are cutting off, if you are cutting off from your past, cut out completely.
Right.
Because some people are just being loyal.
There are going to be good things about the new person. They're equally going to be good things and some not so good.
Yeah. So I just believe that some people are just being loyal to their past more than their future.
Being loyal to their past.
Meanwhile, the future has enough of possibilities, like more than what you've experienced before. Much more than what you've had before. People should just be open-minded to new possibility. If you are cutting off from your ex, just cut off completely and just know that the past is gone.
Yeah, like, your past is just that, your past.
Exactly. Just focus.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Are you sure, Mom?
Yeah.
I think I would like to actually talk about that. Don't love your past. cut off from your past, because I think that it's something that we actually don't talk about, especially as females, when we are actually giving a lot of attention to a guy, giving a lot of affection to a guy. There's possibility that there's still shred of him in our spirit, in our soul. Honestly, there's possibility, and that's why I always recommend what they call therapy. Therapy is not only for people that are mad. honestly, honestly.
True. That's true. True.
Because, there are some people who are married now, and they will always compare their husband.
Wait, I had to laugh because lots of our audiences are of African, even though they might be in Europe or in America. A lot of them are from Africa, okay? And there is this taboo on therapy. We've been over this thing several times where we keep saying, look, therapy isn't bad. It's not a curse word. It's not evil. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And it's not, like you said, it's not for people who are just cuckoo up here. But I just love the way you were so straightforward. It's not just for mad people, okay?
Because see, there's something about the subconscious of a man or of human that actually, bury things. It's very still. Then you start to act out. You start to act out with this person that is in your future.
Yeah.
And you don't know where that is coming from. But when you go into therapy, you'll be able to, articulate it. Oh, this is what is going on. This is what is going on. I think a friend of mine was talking to me one day about, it was in the house. Yeah. And then one of his neighbors was taking a call. She just actually had a baby. But she was talking to her ex-lover. Mm-hmm. She's married. But she's talking to her ex-lover on the phone that she misses him. And, as much as we want to say that that's cheating, which I know that that's cheating, when you actually look at her, you see that she, just the way Mr. Israel said it, she's more loyal to her past because of the idea of the past. She's not thinking of every good thing that this man in the present is doing or everything, just because the ex has been embedded in her soul. Right. And so for those type of people, there's need for washing. When God says renew your mind, He knows what He's talking about. Renewing of your mind. It's not okay for you to just break up and move on. It's not okay. That thing that we do, that we just say, I've broken up and I'm gonna move on. We knew. Please take your time to heal. Yeah. Don't do heal. And healing has to do with coming into terms that this person is not more in your life. Whatever they meant to you was zero already. Whatever they meant, everything they meant to you was zero. Every castle they have built for you is zero. Every trauma they have caused is zero. It's not for the next person to come and fix. It's not for the next person to come and fix. I keep saying it. It's not for the next person to come and fix or come and actualize. Don't carry it on. That's why we talk about baggage. Because many of us, we just made our body a bag of baggage. This one did this, I put it in my soul. This other person did this, I put it in my soul, and we're not letting it go. Then this nice person comes into our life, but we're not seeing his niceness. Right. All we are just seeing is that he's not like the past. Yeah. And please, why do you even want to go into the past? Yeah. Because I feel like, the scripture says that the future of a righteous man, I don't know, shines brighter and brighter.
The path of a just man shines brighter and brighter, even unto the perfect day. Right.
So if tomorrow is meant to be brighter than today, why do I want to go back to yesterday? That's dulling the whole work that God is doing. Because He has promised me that tomorrow is going to be brighter. That means I have to fix my eyes in the front. And to fix my eyes in the front, I will say it. You need therapy sometimes. You need to ask yourself good questions. I'm trying to talk about therapy because I want to anybody that is listening, I want you to get it. That is not a taboo. That is something that you yourself can do. Yes, and it doesn't mean that you are mad. It just means that you want to be healthy. You want to be emotionally healthy.
And I think that emotionally healthy.
Yeah, I think that sometimes we play with that. We play with our emotions and everything, especially as Christians, when they told us that anger is bad, bitterness is bad and everything. But sometimes those emotions actually come because they are trying to give you a meaning to stuff. Like sometimes when sometimes when you see your friend and you're jealous of something she has, you're not saying I hate you. You're saying that I like what I see. I want what I see, but I don't know how to get what I see. So if that friend can show you how to get what you see, you understand, jealousy is going to disappear. But many times we just say it's not good to be jealous, and everybody's jealous.
Right.
But
yeah.
So
just because it's been said doesn't mean it goes away. You're right, Adam. Yeah.
So if these things, if we can talk about these things, you understand that you'll be able to place them. You find out that all those people that you have even said that I hate, you don't really hate them. It might just be something about them that you like, and you don't know how to, you really want it in your life also.
Yes.
You understand? So there's a need for I believe that everybody, no matter how good your past was, your present and everything, I think that there's just that moment that you need with a therapist or with yourself, soliloquizing and asking yourself deep-rooted questions.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. You got to ask yourself those deep-rooted questions. Absolutely. The fact that you just made reference to somebody who's having a chat with an ex in her marriage, that's what Minister Israel was making reference to about people who are loyal to their past. You got to be delivered from your past. Okay. And especially, look, when you've gone so far into getting married to somebody else and you are messing around talking to, I don't care whether it was just a hello. Why is your hello so special? I don't need your hello. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there are other how many people are there on earth? Like what, 7 billion people? Like, there are 7 billion people on earth that you could be saying hi to. Why are you saying hi to your ex in the middle of the night? Like, and you're a married woman, you're a married man? No, knock that stuff off. Like, you need to knock that out. Like, stop it, quit it. Like, because you're just playing with fire. You're playing with fire. Your emotions. That's what Adam was saying. Those emotions. You may say, oh, well, we don't ever meet in person. What about your emotions? Haven't you all heard about people saying, well, they cheated on me emotionally? Yeah, you're muted, sweetie. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I think that cheating actually starts from emotions. A lot of people don't know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, so when people say, oh, it just happened. No, it did not. It had a start point. And the start point was you getting your emotions in there and getting things going. That's when the cheating started, not when y'all got under the sheets.
Yes, not when you got under the sheet. It starts from there. And these things is like, I really just want everybody to know that your emotions are important, because there's a way that we can put it in Christianity where we make it seem like you're just being emotional. The other day I was thinking, and I was just telling the Holy Spirit to help me to write a book called The Emotion God. So that people can see that God had emotion. God is sitting in heaven in Psalms and he's laughing at his enemies.
Yes.
That's an emotion.
Yeah.
God has emotions, because see, we're created in God's image. So I don't believe that whatever is in God, like, it did not put in us. So for God to actually in himself, there's no part in the scripture that says that God did not give Adam emotions. He did not create a robot.
Right.
The God that is saying that praise me, rejoice, that's emotions.
Yeah.
You understand? So our emotions are not don't do it. Our emotions are not don't add emotions, don't do anything. They are important. And when we start seeing it as important, then we can start utilizing it rightly.
Yeah. Let's move on quickly to something else. You have some exes there, and I think Minister Israel, you touched a little bit on this when you said, in asking the question, what really led to the breakup, right? We've got to assess that, because there's some people who maybe broke up, maybe it was pettiness. There was some pettiness that went on that really It's a bit like what Pastor Ocholi said. You remember the Okatepas?
Let me tell you. You see, women in the Western world, you need to come and sign up for me to wash your head. Or every woman in the Western world, listen to me. They have uninstalled humility out of you. They have put arrogance and pride. Feminism has confused a lot of women in the Western world. They need to come for washing. Me, I need to remove their wig and wash their head very well with the Bible.
When they said, "Yeah, I need your head washed," he rebuked women in the Western world. And he said, women in the Western world, y'all need to sign up to get your head washed. You take off the wig, wash your head with the Bible, because there's some relationships that people are calling off over trivial matters that you had no business. And that could have been a really good marriage waiting to happen. So we got to assess that. So if it's one of those situations, like we said, it's not straight answer, yes or no. You got to get back to the nitty gritty. And I also have a problem with, if an ex is trying to come back, find out what is the purpose of them coming back. Because listen, like you, Minister Israel, and even you, Adam, because you just gave examples of people that y'all know. I know a sister, bless her heart, you know, she's been waiting on God for a long time for a spouse, and she was celibate for like, God, I want to say like nearly 30 years. Okay, nearly 30 years this woman was celibate. Okay, and her ex shows up. He's all about, oh my God, you know, you're the best thing that, you know, happened to me back in the day. Oh my God, life has not been fantastic without you. I need you back. I need you back. She fell for all that. She got in the sack with him, slept with him. Turned out, brother's married. Like, are you kidding me right now? So that's what getting loyal or being loyal to your past will do to you when you don't do your investigation. Listen, we're not saying an ex should be written off. We're not saying throw the baby out with the bathwater. No, we're saying you need to sit down and assess this thing completely from top to bottom back to the top, and ask so many questions. You have the right, like the Ocholis told us on the expectation versus reality. You need to sit on that judgment seat and ask questions, judge so many things, because by the time you get back to that with that person and y'all tied the knot, you have no choice. You're gonna have to sit on the mercy seat the entire time. That whole marriage is, you just sit on the mercy seat. You don't sit on the judgment seat anymore, because that time has come and gone. So we're saying, if you're thinking of getting back with an ex, you have to do your homework. And you cannot come from that emotional part, like Adam is saying. Forget the good times. Yeah, we thank God for the good times. Forget about that. Can you show us who you are today, here and now? Allow them to prove themselves on who they are. Because listen, people can put on a front for you, a facade for you, and the next thing you do, you fall for it. Like I was just saying about this sister, you know, the guy shows up and he's like, I want you back. And 30 years, nearly 30 years of being celibate, believing God, and you just throw that away without thinking. Turns out the man is married. He's a married man. He's elsewhere. And then get this, people of God, I really believe that there are some people who also have broken up relationships that they shouldn't have. It was, you know, a good relationship, but because they thought the grass was greener on the other side, they got there, right? Because I saw something like that. This sounds like something of Tyler Perry. I'm telling you, it is. Too bad we can't insert it because of copyright, whatever. But it's a show with Tyler Perry. I forget the name. But I'm telling you, people be like, they break up with you, go over, marry somebody else. Turns out what they thought grass was greener on the other side, it's not. And suddenly now they want to get out of that relationship or get out of that marriage and come back to you. I don't think that person is worthy of you if we're talking exes. Minister Israel, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I want to believe that people need to know that there's no only one person for them in this life to marry or to. There are multiple, they have multiple choices. And so for every breakup, from my hand, I want to believe that it means both of you are not going to the same destination. That's why everybody needs to follow this other route and you take your route. And so anyway you're taking, just face the direction. I also believe that some people might allow their ex to come into their life, maybe because they've not forgiven themselves. And this track down to the emotion side that Adam talked about earlier. Right. So some people might be stuck, they're not forgiving themselves, they are still doing the documentation of all the good times they have together. I mean, they're just stuck. But the truth is, it's always like there's possibility in the future. I don't care how great or how fabulous your past is, it can't be compared to the future. This future that we are talking about, there are a lot of possibilities. So I believe that for an ex to come in, really, you need to let them know that, what are we even doing? For us to separate in the first place, it means we have another direction that we want to follow. Then, what's preventing us from following the route again? We should stick to our route. I mean, just follow it. Just leave the path, follow that path. So you don't need to go, after a few kilometers, you're turning back, you want to come back to this junction. I mean, averagely, you should have even moved on. You should have gone. You should be waiting for them at that junction. You should have life together. You should have done something. I believe that might happen if someone have not really forgiven themselves, because if they've not forgiven themselves, they might be open-minded that, okay, let me just get into him or get into her or give another chance or just permit the opportunity. I mean, if they've really forgiven themselves, they will know that your ex is not someone you should be keeping in tab with. You shouldn't be keeping tab. They have their life maybe once in a while, and that should even be occasionally. I'm not sure if your ex is someone you should be checking up on. Your ex is not someone you should still have on your WhatsApp story. What are you doing with that? He's not someone you should have on your contact and every day you are looking at their WhatsApp story. You don't need all of that. Your ex is someone you should detach from completely. Detach from them. Maybe if life bring you together in the future, it's just occasionally you saw yourself. I mean, that's how life should be from my hand. I believe that is not, your ex is not someone you're keeping up with, you're checking their Instagram story, you're checking them on Facebook. You don't need all of that. Just allow them be.
Adam.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to talk about those people who are petty, right? Talk up on petty. And before I even talk about that, let me come and talk to people right now that are in relationships and you are petty.
Okay.
Grow up.
You heard her.
Begging, just grow up. Really grow up. Yeah. So for people that actually broke up because of petty issues and this person is back and everything, you have to be sure that they are mature. They are now mature. It's possible for them to realize at one end that this thing I did was wrong and everything. But you have to understand that when someone is immature, they are immature. It's just one part of the life that you just realize. You have to look at them generally and so that is this person mature? As this person, the level of the person, the way the person thinks, are they involved? And at what point is he involved? Or is she involved? Because let me tell you, sometimes people are just old. They are not wise. People are
They're just old and
they are
not
not
wise. Come on.
yeah, so and honestly to keep relationship working, there's a level of wisdom that you need. That's one thing like people don't talk about. Like there's a level of wisdom that you need. So you have to actually look at this person. Like I know that we broke up because of petty issues.
Yeah.
But now can you really handle those type of issues? This time it might not be a call. Next time it might be a fork. Like it might be a phone. Can be anything. So you want to be sure that they're not going to do the same thing over something that is petty again.
Yeah.
And I will actually talk about relational issues.
Yeah.
Breaking up on relational issues. I think that as much as we have done, we talk about red flags. Please, if you want to actually check out our episode on red flags, go to YouTube. We have something in that.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but I've realized that sometimes everything that we mark as red flags might not be red flags.
Right.
We're just judging instantly.
Yeah.
And it's not nice that you're not giving people benefit of the doubt and you're just judging them immediately. If you're that type of person, give people benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying that give people benefit of the doubt that they do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and you're saying I'm giving them benefit of the doubt. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if they're doing it wrong, let them explain why they did it and how they did it. I think that's something happened recently. And I was just talking to somebody like, can you believe that this person doesn't like being called a puppy? And I was just wondering. And the person told me, like, did you ask the girl that why is it that she doesn't like being called a puppy? Yeah. And I was just like, that's true. And when I got that, I realized that it's a trauma.
Yeah.
She was trained by a puppy.
There you go.
Yeah, so when it comes to relational issues, as much as we should run away from the red flags, there's ways. Don't let us label everything quickly. Because people, especially in the beginning of a relationship, a lot of people don't know that when relationships are starting, people are coming together. So there's kind of a bit of a friction. So don't be in a haste to actually just label the thing like, oh, this person is selfish, this person is like this person is like this. Give them a little bit of a time and everything. So that's what I have to say about relationships.
Relational stuff. Yeah, absolutely. It's worthwhile considering all that. And like you said, pettiness. Pettiness. You better take care of that. Pettiness real quick, because relationships that are going to lead to marriage, they are for grown-ups. Okay, they are not kids stuff. You want to be really all matured up. You want to be for real. Like you're up there. Your way of reasoning, the way you speak, the way you engage. You should be grown up. Okay, you can't be that kind of person that's petty over. Like you got to know what things to let go and what things need to be addressed. Right? Like you cannot just be petty over, and this is where, like you said, Adam, there's a place to now define between the red flags and you just being petty. And then when you guys break up, because you see people who usually want to come back, or either they broke up because one, they were petty, or two, they were just outright not their character was just off. Like, this is not the kind of person you want to be in a relationship with that leads into marriage, because that kind of character, because whatever it is they're displaying in their singleness with you, in that courtship or that dating, whatever, that's what they'll bring into marriage, and it will be amplified, because marriage is the amplifier, not that it reduces it. No. So people who are either petty, or people maybe who outright bad character, you don't want to, be with. And maybe even the third, like I said earlier, maybe those that think if I just hook up, the other, I'm sure y'all have seen those stories where the guy will leave his current girlfriend and then date her friend. Leave her and then date the friend, only for him to realize actually no, the grass was not greener on the other side.
Please do not take that type of boyfriend back. Please do not.
Exactly.
He's a cheater.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's looking for greener pasture.
Yeah.
One thing I've realized about people is that once we keep thinking that it's greener on the other side, we'll never put in the work where we are.
Right.
And relationship is
Come on.
when you keep thinking that no, this person is going to be better, no, this person is going to be every human has a flaw. Just because you are seeing them now, you've not started relating with them. When you start relating with them, you will know. So where you are right now, put in the work.
Put in all the work. Put in the work. I don't know. Do you want to say something, Minister Israel? Because I feel like I want to come back to the example that you gave us about the guy who had the girl that was very homely. Do you want to say something before I bring that back? Because I think there is something to pick out of that. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so I'm not sure relationship is something we should be treating like relocation. I mean, relocation is you want to go to where it's greener on the other side. Relationship is not green on any side. Forget the people you're seeing that are celebrating. They started somewhere. And relationship work. If you want it to be green on the other side, add manure, add a little patience, do some work. Like, you need to build your relationship.
That's so good.
Whatever relationship you want to grow, you need to put in the work. Like, you put in the energy. I believe that when people miss focus, when they miss the purpose of what brought them together, that's when they shortchange things.
Right.
If you put the purpose of why you're together, if you know where you're going, you will put in all the works. You put in what it's being needed. So I'm not sure relationship is something you should be handling as if you want to relocate to US or go to the Western world now. Stay where you are. Stay with who you are. Do the work together. Like, relationship is work. We've always been saying this.
Yeah.
You always deny yourself because love is actually sacrificing for one another. Yeah. You do the forgiving, you do the prayer, you do the patience, you do all of this. By the time you put those things are the ingredients. Those are the ingredients you put together that make the relationship sweet, that make it brighter. Yeah. And so I don't think that you cannot just be into relationship and just assume that everything will work out like that. No.
Right.
Every of them that has to work on their deficiencies, it means they need to work on it. Any of them that needs to learn something, it means they need to learn it. Because if you just leave it like that, it will be like that. It's just like buying a car. You cannot buy your car to say you not service your car. You need to service your car. If you want it to be useful for you, you have a flat tire, you not just leave it like that. You call someone to come and fix it for you. That's exactly what relationship is. You need to work on the relationship if you want it to work. So leave it like that. I mean, if you just leave it like that, it will be like that. So I think most times relationship is not actually about the relationship. It's about the people involved. They are willing to learn, their willingness to improve. And that's why I just say that it boils down to the purpose. If they lose out from the purpose of what brought them together, that's where they can do a lot of comparison or just shallowing things. But if they are minded, if they are single-minded and they are focused, they know what brought them together, they will be able to put in the works and everything will work out well.
Yeah. So let me, that's so good, sir. So let me come back to the example of the brother that your friend that you talked about, whose ex was very homely, but like career-wise, they're like, not okay. Now he's with a girl who they're clicking, career-wise, and maybe even in other areas, but then that part where it's about the homely feel that he actually loved, whether it's just, so for me, with this particular guy, I would want to be asking, is it that that's a priority for him in a woman, right? Or, because you can find something to love about somebody. Because what I love about you is not what somebody else will love about you, right? So we got to bring it all, get down to the nitty gritty and ask ourselves, what is that something that really matters to him? Is that a thing for him in a relationship, right? Or it's just that he just loved that about that lady? Because you see, in relationships, in coming back to what Adam was saying about pettiness. Now, if the person is, I think you said the first girlfriend he had who was really homely, but tech and all that, like she's not interested in stuff like that. But doesn't that remind you of the Okatepas? Remember, Pastor Choli said that he wanted his wife to read. Oh, she could not be bothered. Oh my gosh, that was not her thing. She was not interested, but there were other amazing qualities about her. But then little by little, he encouraged her, started to get her to read. And now it's like, she's reading so much, it's like nobody can slow her down. She's finally there. So I'm just wondering, with this brother, was he too quick to walk away? Because the only thing, like we're saying, career-wise, there are things that she's not like interested in. Is that really a deal breaker? Because I think from what, obviously I don't know this person, but from what I've heard you say, sir, I'm thinking he's the kind of guy that I think his priority is that hominess. And because he found that with that woman, that's a thing for him. Like, we all know what we want. Like, I know what I want. And I can tell you, like, there's no need for the conversation to go beyond 2 sentences. When I hear you say whatever you're going to say that does not sound like what I might be like, thank you, sir. It's been great. God bless you. Walk on by.
Walk on by.
Yeah, so for this guy, I told him that he doesn't know what he wants, really.
Yeah.
That's what I dictated, that he really do not know what he wants. When it comes to the issue of choosing relationship partner, I believe there is something that is core for us. There are some characteristics that is core for us that this person must have.
Yeah.
Right? And I also believe that there are some characteristics that we believe that this person should have. They might not have it, but from expectation, they should have it.
Right.
Then there are some characteristics that they will not have, but from your hand, you will love. Like, it will be nice if they have it. Like, ought to have. So I think I've read that thing before. So it's divided into should have, must have, then will be loved to have.
Oh, I love that. Say that again, sir. Say that again.
Must have.
Must have.
Should have.
Should have.
Will be loved to have.
Would love to have. Okay. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. So people like that, by the time you now segment it based on your personality and what you ambition for your relationship, you'll be able to, okay, should have, just analyze that. Did she have this? You tick it. Must have. I mean, for us Christian, must have is she should be born again. She should, if she's not ungodly, there isn't even point for starting the relationship in the first place.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
so
sir.
All of that, I just told her that she doesn't know what she wants. Okay, so I think from my point of perspective to him, he's a tech person and he's actually homely too. He's one of my friends that I said used to cook very well. And anytime he cooks, he will call me to come and eat because me, I'm the eater. I'm not very good, but I can eat very well. And
you eat very well.
Yeah, so we are compatible. He's my friend that are very compatible. If on a weekend, he can cook 3 soup on Saturday, cook vegetable, cook like different soup. He will cook them, preserve them, then eat it over the week. Yeah, but I don't do that. When anytime he cooks, he knows that Israel is always available.
You're going to be over at his house.
Yeah.
I was going to say exactly what I was trying to say. Like, the guy doesn't really know what he wants. Like, okay, like with the few explanation that Mr. Israel has been able to give us, I think that the guy might be looking for someone that is like him.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yes, and I think that people should compliment, like anybody that comes to us should compliment us. Not be
Yeah.
exactly the same like us. They
Yeah.
should have they should be strong in our weakness. I think that is way better. I think that's what I think, Sha. Opposites should attract.
Yeah.
And again, one thing I also want to say is that I think the guy is looking for someone who is 100%. And
Okay.
nobody in this world is
Which is 0. Yeah, no one is going to be 100% because like we just seen, there was one that was homely, which he absolutely loves, that he loves that type of feeling and loves that in a woman. But then here's another one that she's great in other things and she's not so fantastic in the other area. So no one is ever going to be perfect. You have, like, I love what Minister Israel just said. You have to sit down. Again, coming back to what he always says, you are the HR of your life. The must have, should have, and would love for you to have. The 3 categories. All right. Listen, people of God, we're wrapping it up. This is it. We getting ready to get on out of here. Thank you so much for being with us this evening or morning, whatever time it is for you that you're catching the show. We will be back next week, Saturday. That will be the last Saturday of October. We will be with the Lazarus is Over at Instagram, and we will be dealing, hear this one, unpacking, right? Dealing with the negative past. So what if the one that you are interested in has a negative past? Okay, how'd you navigate that? That's a good one. Do they deserve love? Yeah, y'all are smiling. It's a good one. It's a tough question. How past is past? That would be my question. Do you know what I mean? Okay, you're saying, no, no, seriously, guys. Like, if somebody has been said, like, maybe they cheated, it's known, right? Like, this new person you're trying to get with, they know. Or let's say, you're just, maybe you were even a girlfriend, you're violent. We need to know, how are you healed up? Are you really healed up? Or are you waiting to explode again? Sort of thing. So we need to know. So join us next week over on Insta Live. Just same name, Maggie McGuire Show. Just go over there and find us there. Follow, and you'll be notified when we are going live. All right, people of God, this is it. We love y'all. Thank you so much once again. Go ahead and like, share, tell somebody about what we're doing here. This is the joys and the woes of singlehood, which we are soon bringing to an end. All right. God bless y'all. Thank y'all, people of God. Bye, Facebookers. Bye, YouTubers. We love you. Until next time. Thank you. Bye-bye now.